Twerk. fair.
It is a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you I'm leaders of the country.
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the politics.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right. The time is 19 minutes past 9. We sincerely apologize to you for kicking off today's edition of Standpoint behind schedule. We have been battling with unseen on. Of course, we didn't anticipate such a situation, but we've been able to nail it down. We hope you would understand with us this morning. Today is Monday, the 13th day of May, 2024, and then it is Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. My name is Moses Ben. Without wasting time, I have my colleagues in studio. Incorruptible Sam, it's good to have you join Standpoint this morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you, Moses Ben. A brand new week actually, and my month is fast running. I don't know.
We are looking at 20 something, right?
Where is May running to? But we can't wait for the 29th of May at least to remind our office holders, political office holders, that see, it's 1 year and you have 3 more years to go. Good morning, and it's good to be here.
All right, Ike Ogbonnaya, you're welcome to Standpoint. Good morning.
Good morning, Moses Ben. It was our pleasure to be here this morning and to do our best to tackle some critical issues.
All right, as we speak with you, gentlemen in the studio, and you're listening to us this morning, remember that yesterday, the Nigerian Labour Congress, of course, put up a memo demanding reversal as protest begins today. As we speak, information reaching me is that the Nigerian Labour Congress at the office of the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company, as we speak, maybe carrying out the said protest. So what is happening? They've been saying that we do not want this issue going on again. Remember, they've said that Band A would be enjoying 20 hours of power supply. Is that what is happening at the moment? At first, they removed the subsidy and took the amount from over 60 naira to somewhere at 260 something naira initially. But Was that last week also? It was reduced to around 200 and something naira. As we speak this morning, that is to say the Nigerian Labour Congress are not just joking, gentlemen. They are serious with this stand, with the protest going on at the moment, not just in one state. The secular rights all shows that it will cut across the 36 states in Nigeria. Sam, I hope this would send a message to the federal government with regard to this. You remove subsidy in electricity. As we can say, we don't know what is happening to Band C, from Band C to Band E. There are persons who have not seen light for almost a month now, since the 3rd of April 2024.
Yeah, talking about sending a message, that's what it should be. And the message sent. But the issue is you. That the message will get to. Let's believe that. Let's take it, to be an SMS. Do you know some people don't even open their SMS box? That's exactly what Tinubu might end up doing. Remember, he's just coming back from Netherlands, Saudi Arabia. He might even turn it to a joke, because sometimes it comes out to make it look as if we are joking. He's a funny man, as he thinks. Then the Senate President himself, Akpabio, happened to be my man at some point. He's also a funny man.
He's no longer your man.
He's no longer my man. You see him trying to make this thing look as if we are laughing. You remember the last time that he had an issue with this NLC? He made caricature of whatever they were pushing for. Now it's a big thing. What NLC, if not the NLC themselves, now that we want to support them, they will get to the point where they will stop. But it's a big one. That's what their job is. Nigerian Labour Congress. See, Nigerians, we are suffering. It's just like paying for what you're not using. You talked about Band A, enjoying 20 hours light.
Do you know that since this directive has gone into implementation, nobody's talking about the Band B, Band C, Band D, Band E.
Exactly.
It's nowhere at all in the scheme of things.
Since the band stuff started, even the small one that we used to play, we don't see any band again. We have lost our state. The drummers are no longer here. Nobody plays the drum again. That's the problem we are having. You're paying for what you don't have. Like I said, why not give us this money? Don't put us in any band. Give us this light. We will pay. I know Nigerians. That's why you see lights. Everybody will shout up NEPA. Even when he's no longer NEPA. That happiness. Why not give us the light? This is what our bill should be. We'll pay. But when we are not seeing it, paying for what you did not use, nobody will be happy. A house that's just fan, bulb, no refrigerator. You're bringing a bill of 5,000, 6,000. How much is the person earning in a month? Not as if the light will be there. That's what we are saying. So it's a nice one. We don't want this one until we see the light. Let us pay. Nothing is cheap. We know. In other countries that there is light, they know. See, this is what you will pay.
Of course.
At every month, you know.
You don't argue the
You don't argue it. And I believe Nigerians will not argue it if we see light.
And you see the service.
We will not argue it if we see light. That's why, from here now to Gate, if they tell you 500 naira, keke people. Someone yesterday, I went to Abag, just coming back, they said this week might be 500 from Gate to Umudike. I said, no, we are not going to pay. The keke guy was like, that's what we say. At the end of the day, someone will pay. Once we see the service, we will pay. But not when you don't have light. April was that. You see this past month? You don't want to talk about that as a Nigerian. Maybe this part of the world, this part of Omai, it was so embarrassing. There was no light. They have not even impressed me so much. So we don't want it. I keep saying it. Instead of giving us a bill to pay for something we do not use, keep your light. Let us buy touch and charge and be using it.
All right. There is no how you would take away the place of electricity in any society.
Then give us the light,
how important it is. But
then give us the light.
This protest, is it justifiable?
Yes.
If you ask me, I'll say that we've been pushed to the wall.
I was actually thinking that the NLC was just joking. There are normal jokes and all of that. But it appears to be serious this morning with the protest down there.
They have the support of the generality of Nigerians, because Nigerians have been pushed to the wall when it comes to this issue of electricity. To talk about this ban, this is highly confusing. I want to believe that they brought those acronyms to keep confusing Nigerians more. Because what we know, the last word I can understand is give me light.
We'll pay.
Give people light and let them pay, and stop confusing us with band A, band B, band C, and all whatnot. People have been pushed to the wall. Lack of electricity is affecting businesses. People can no longer. Virtually everything depends on electricity, and it's affecting those who are doing one business or the other. You can't even get a cold water. Can't get a cold ice water to drink. So there is need for us to, express our displeasure. Let government, let them sit up. You have not given light, and you are increasing the tariff. I mean, how do we reconcile that?
Also, there is this story that the units you were buying for a set amount of money, you no longer secure that unit.
Yes.
You could pay like 2,000 naira, but you get below
2,000 naira.
2,000 naira a unit.
Exactly. This morning I vended for 10,000. It's here on my phone. I vended. I paid through my First Bank app. 10,000. By the time you get the this in there, whatever they call it, you see that what used to be maybe 99 megawatts has gone down to maybe 80 megawatts.
And that's why to keep reducing. Every month to keep going.
But you keep paying more.
But you keep paying more.
Yes. So for you to know that, obviously, they have increased the tariff. So something needs to be done. We can't be in a country of constant increase. In virtually every sector, every subsector of what we consume or what we do here, increase. You don't hear anything about reduction in prices in Nigeria. It's always increase in this, increase in that, increase in this, increase in that. I mean, as if you're increasing it you are talking about human beings that also have other issues to deal with. So it is important that we express our displeasure, just like Labour is doing.
All right, let's see how this will pan out in the coming days. But let us move down to our discussion this morning, gentlemen. The political crisis and bitterness rocking Rivers State keep taking an unscheduled and surprising turns. To some, it is surprising, but there are some who say that, of course, we keep predicting those things, that every week you will see a new side of the issue in Rivers State. Obviously, the show of power, or who controls what in Rivers State, and has lingered, precipitating thoughts and suspicions that there could be a room for an outward challenge. What happens to governance in the face of this political crisis? Going forward, how would these events impact activities and governance in Rivers State? Could these demonstrations also serve as lessons to other states in Nigeria? Of course, where we have the opposition and other political parties trying to say that things must be done this way. Joining us in the studio to look at the recent happenings in Rivers State is the chairman, Nigerian Bar Association Young Lawyers Forum, Umaya Branch, C.E. Okonkwo Esquire. It's good to have you join Standpoint this morning, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mo. Good morning.
All right, you have been following the development in Rivers State. The recent one is the Okojumbo-led House of Assembly. Don't forget also, last week, the governor has said that the 25 members of Martin Samuel-led House of Assembly have been surviving because of his acceptance, his recognition, until what happened yesterday. Also, let us take our minds back to what happened last year. The peace pact that was signed, initiated by President Bola Tinubu, and then the parties involved signed that peace pact. What's your take in reaction to this current development in Rivers State, sir?
The current development in Rivers State will not be taken far away from the constitutional provisions. First, for you to be elected as a member of a House of Assembly, you must belong to a political party. And a political party will be your sponsor in that election. And the Constitution has also made it clear that as a member of that political party elected on that platform, you are not allowed to cross carpet. The essence of that is for our nascent democracy to have a very strong parliamentary, that is, to have a very strong legislative arm. But whereby you keep on seeing the issue of cross-carpeting, you cannot get the best from that government. So that is one of the reasons. Cross-carpeting in our constitution, particularly as it concerns houses of assembly, National Assembly, is frowned at. So once there is a cross-carpet by a particular house member, the law mandates that of that particular seat be declared vacant. A political party sponsored you. You left that platform to another party. It can be called in another way political harlotry. So in that circumstance, once it happens, declare that seat vacant. However, the law also makes provision for exceptions whereby you will not declare such a seat vacant, particularly where there is crisis in that political party, and that crisis has factionalized that party, or there is a merger between the two parties and other parties and other things provided by that law. But however, also, the issue as it concerns crisis in a political party has been held not to be the crisis at that state level. It is a crisis at the national level. So you must establish that there is crisis at the national level that has prevented most of these other subunits for them to coexist, giving them opportunity to fly over to another political party. So in the case of Rivers State, what happened was that those members of those political parties defected to APC from PDP that sponsored them. Now, it wasn't all members of that PDP-led house that defected to APC. About 3 or 4 of them stayed back. So those 4 persons that stayed back, by the provisions of the Constitution, nominated a speaker among themselves and declared the seat of those other persons vacant. And that is actually a pronouncement of law. At that point, having declared that seat vacant, they went to the court to obtain an ex parte order or an order restraining those other persons from participating in activities of the House. So these are issues that has to do with law. And at that point, that seat stands vacant. The intervention of His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu, just like you mentioned, with respect to the crisis going on in Rivers State, is a political solution, not a constitutional solution, or the solution given by the law court. It's a political solution. What he said was, close your eyes to the defection of those, the campees, allow the whole thing to go on, so that peace will reign in Rivers State. And the governor accepted it. No, the fact in there is that there is a pronouncement. Your seat is vacant. You ought to go to court to ask the court to nullify that particular pronouncement if you feel that that pronouncement is not proper. There are circumstances where political party by themselves, because there has been a divergent opinion as to issue as to who will declare the seat of a House of Assembly member or National Assembly member that defected from one party to the other vacant. There has been a divergent view. Some says that the House has no power to declare that seat vacant, except the court. The court is the one that has power to declare that seat vacant. But however, we have to understand that we have 3 different organs of government, each of them working independently on their own. They have their own powers. They have their own activities. But once there is a dispute as to not being able to carry out activities, that is when you will come to the court for the court to make pronouncement, having been given that constitutional power by Section 6 of the Constitution. Now, those divergent view is that those lawmakers having defected from PDP to APC, that the appropriate person to make declaration of such is the court. But some other opinions have said, no, it is not the court. If there are few other persons from that political party who are still in that political party, they can still go ahead and declare those seats vacant and send those declarations to INEC for them to conduct a by-election to fill those vacant offices.
All right, Barrister, are you trying to say that this particular issue in Rivers State it doesn't bear the bearings of political solution any longer? Is it all about the court at this point?
Yes. At this point, the best thing at this point is for them to go to court and sort their issues out. Because as it stands now, those seats has been declared vacant. Assuming that all the members of that house had defected to APC, that means there is no speaker, nobody to declare that seat vacant. PDP also have the power to go to court and ask the court to declare those seats vacant, because we sponsor these persons. Who sponsor them? We sponsor them. And that is why during declaration of election, you use PDP, APC. Is not your name. So declare those seats vacant. They have the power. It happened in Ebony. Although that of Ebony, that was during the time of Umahi. Umahi defected from PDP to APC. They went to court to declare his seat vacant. However, sadly, in a way, the court held that you can't declare that seat vacant because the provision as it concerns House of Assembly members, their seat being declared vacant doesn't apply to a governor. Because a governor on his own has a different term. He's not a member of the parliament. So the constitution on its own, crafted in a way that the governor, the president, the vice president, their seat cannot be declared vacant by virtue of them cross-carpeting from one party to the other. So in the instant case, as it concerns that of Rivers State, I think the only solution right now is for them to go to court and sort their matters out.
All right, and you've actually explained this whole thing. I think is simple right now to even understand. But going to court at this point, don't you think that would be a distraction to the sitting governor? But there is that rumor also that the former governor is actually operating from Abuja. You are a lawyer. Can you come from that angle? Do we see something like that happening, or you think this is just what politics is all about?
Well, I am not a politician. My duty is to analyze the.
So you don't want to go to that angle.
Instrument of.
He's not a politician, so don't fix him in that tight corner.
So my duty is to look at the legality or otherwise of those activities.
Yeah.
In as much as there has been innuendos or suggestions from different angles that Wike is operating from Abuja, I can't actually see any law backing him to do that. But as a citizen and also a member of that state, he is also a stakeholder. So if he expresses his opinion over an issue, and some persons who are within that state feels that, well, those issues actually are cause to what they think, I do not think there is any law that said that he cannot express himself just for the mere fact that he's now a minister. So
no, expressing of or expressing himself right now, the way he has done, in as much as yes, you're not a politician, you don't want to go in there. Maybe we too love politics, so we can't avoid asking this question. He made mention of his structure when he was interviewed in Abuja. He said, "I can't allow my structure to die that way." He asked this the journalist, "If you are the one, will you allow your structure die this way?" They didn't answer that question. He said, it's one question that there is no yes or no. He said, so I can't allow my structure to die. What is this his structure? Because this one is now more than expressing yourself.
Yes. I think every trade has its own instrument of trade. Politics, to the people of this part of the climb, is also a trade in a way. For example, if you are a workman, maybe a carpenter, you won't allow someone to cut away your hammer, your saw and other things that you normally use to.
My personal property.
That is those properties, those things you view as your instrument of trade.
But Wike, the government of Rivers State is not his personal property.
No. You mentioned of his structure.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So I think what he meant by that. What I think he meant by that, which I am not trying to infer his mindset, is that those his supporters, whom he view as his instrument, persons who are supporting him, those are his backbone, that he is who he is today, are those persons. I think that's what he meant. I think that's what he's actually referring to. Remember, I said I'm not a politician.
You're a very peaceful man.
Maybe he's talking about maybe he's talking about his instrument of ascendancy.
That is it.
Fubara, after you is this person. After this person is this person. Probably that's his structure, because Rivers State is now his private property. Anyway, that's about that. I wanted you to clear this. I understand that recently a court in Rivers State had also restrained the legislators from parading themselves as
members. But the Martin Samewule's faction.
Yes, parading themselves as members of the House of Assembly. That's on one side. And then the Zingelali, now the spokesperson of Tinubu, said that they are not interested in what is happening in Rivers State, that they want peace to prevail in Rivers State so that it wouldn't give a negative bounce back, so to say, on Tinubu's government. Do you see, in all of this, Barrister, do you see Fubara overcoming this political war that is currently raging in Rivers State?
Okay. We must first draw a distinction between political war and legal war.
All right.
Yes. Political war requires political solution. why legal war requires legal solution. That is, as it concerns pronouncement of courts. What the court did was the order the court issued was an interim order, and that interim order is followed up by a motion on notice that will be heard on its merit. Already, I think the court has already fixed. I think that should be 26th of this month or thereabout, for the court to determine the substantive application brought by those other lawmakers that obtained that interim order. So, for the interim, or since the matter is already pending in court, I will not have the right to begin to analyze what would likely be the possible outcome of that judgment. But what I would suggest is that for them to go there to the court, file their processes, and defend the action. If the court makes pronouncement one way or the other, whosoever that is not comfortable can appeal. There is room for appeal. But however, when you talk about the political solution, the effect it will definitely have on Fubara, it will definitely have effect on Fubara. Because one thing in there is that a peace at the battlefield cannot be said to be true peace. Peace is a situation whereby all organs are functioning. You may win in courts with your maybe position of the law you are canvassing. You may win in court, but you may not win that peace. If we go back to most of the issues that has actually happened in Rivers State in the past time, particularly during the issue of those MEND, that is a movement of emancipation of Niger Delta people, and all those things. Remember that those things are not often far away from what brought what we can call the relative peace within those regions is political solution, not law, not solution from the court, not from the law court. Because what the law court would do is just to make a declaration. But that peace you are yearning for can only come from compromise, but I don't know how the court will definitely look at the issue of defection on the face of, except if they're trying to slip over it, which PDP can as well wake it up.
So in the face of the law, the defection is illegal.
Yes, but except to have to establish it. That is why the matter is in court. I won't say whether it is illegal or legal now, but because the matter is already in court.
All right.
I can make a pronouncement on that. But judging or looking at the facts as it is, you will not say that that defection is actually proper. There is no basis for that defection at the first instance. There is no faction. There is no factional chairman at Rivers State then. There was no factional chairman at the national
body of PDP.
So, at what is the basis? It is just a mere solidarity that, just like a child who out of exuberance, But let me not delve into that.
Okay, so now, if we just oppose political and legal solution, which one do you think will be better off, or which one do you think will be more enduring for Fubara to tow? But if we look at political, it appears the initial political solution didn't actually favor him. It was as if he sold his birthright, so to say, to the wicked camp. You understand? So maybe now when they came down to start implementing, they started noticing some frictions here and there, which probably may have triggered this second issue.
Yes.
So that if they go back to the drawing table and say, okay, let's go back for political solution, do you think it will be more enduring? Because apparently Wike may want to also have his way.
Yes.
In terms of his so-called structure holding sway in Rivers State.
My opinion on that is that, just like you rightly pointed out, they have had before now a political solution to the matter. And that political solution didn't work out. I think the best solution that will work out now, being a constitutional matter, is the legal solution. They've already dissipated that the opportunity they had. I remember that what forced these other persons to go back to court was that after Ahmed Bola Tinubu, His Excellency, asked all the political actors to close their eyes to the legalities that have happened, or whether there was illegality or not, and allow those lawmakers that defected to continue carrying on the activity of the House as if nothing happened. According to Fubara, he allowed them to go on with those activities. Well, however, about 6 of the bills he vetoed, they passed it. So there is still that part also between them and the House. And what will actually, in this circumstance as it stands now, what will resolve the issue is a legal solution. And instead, they may likely end up killing themselves. Let the court make pronouncements. Whosoever that is not happy should go and appeal.
All right, let's find out your thoughts on this particular issue this morning, on standpoint, given the political imbalance, you can say crisis in Rivers State at the moment. Who is suffering this hit at the moment, also in Rivers State? Let's have your thoughts. 09160 0000965, 09160 333 965. This morning, we are looking at issues in Rivers State and also the NLC move to picket, of course, the NERC, and also electricity providers, stations or districts in the country. How would this result? Well, we'll still have time, gentlemen, to find out what we mentioned earlier on, the issue that has to do with the Nigeria Union of Journalists in Abia State. But that will be after this break. Just stay put with us. This is Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Arrive alive. Respect traffic rules. Do not drink and drive. Do not drive and drink. Every life on the road is precious. Drive safely. Be attentive and ensure your journey doesn't become a tragedy.
Stop wa on our roads. Nwanne m onye Abia. Mata na ndụ gị dị ndị Abia mkpa. Kwụsị wa no.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsglean@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. Quality is our name. Signed, Management.
Rapid 96.5 FM Starrise Eviction is here.
We are grateful to the following:
Honorable Anderson Akaliro, member representing Umuahia North State Constituency.
Gawai's Logistics Company Limited, number 2 Ojike Street off Bende Road, Umuahia, Abia State.
Ellis Wares, number 28 Azikiwe Road, by School Road, Umuahia, Abia State. Elix, Friends of Your Wardrobe.
Onyem's Pharmacy, 21 Azikiwe Road, by School Road, Umuahia. We care, God heals.
Luwani Mondo, number 27 Azikiwe Road, Umuahia, Abia State.
Rapid Starrise. More supporters wanted.
Celebrating your family and friends. Easy as ABC and rapid like it should be. You can send birthday greetings and goodwill messages on Rapid FM for just 1,000 naira. Other events like weddings, child dedication, housewarmings, religious and government functions go for even less, 500 naira. Now, your loved ones have no excuse not to celebrate you rapidly on your day because all they have to do is visit our website at www.rapidfm965.com/request or call 070. Government functions go for even less, 500 naira. Now, your loved ones have no excuse not to celebrate you rapidly on your day because all they have to do is visit our website at www.rapidfm965.com/request or call 07049 220965.
From Umuahia, Nigeria, Rapid FM 96.5, the sound of your city.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It is a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
Yeah, welcome back to Standpoint, the saint of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. This morning we have been looking at the unending political crisis in Rivers State. Barrister C.E. Okonkwo, of course, the chairman, Nigerian Bar Association Young Lawyers Forum, Umuahia branch, is still with us in the studio. Gentlemen, you're welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Mr.
How would you, or what would you say is been the position of Rivers people, given what is playing out? Because they say that if two elephants fight, one knows what happens to the grasses down there. What would you say at the moment, the impact that this has created on the people of Rivers State?
I think it has created a state of uncertainty in the minds of the river people. Reason being that there are a possibility of breakdown of law.
All right, you continue with your thoughts, Barrister, but let's bring in our callers. 091-630 33965, 091-60 000-965. It's good to have you join Standpoint this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Moses Ben.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Okafor Chinedu. I'm calling from Umuahia.
All right, Okafor.
Okay, let me start with the earlier speech. That is the removal of electricity tariff without improved power supply. The people have been suffering this kind of policies. And this is the result of our backwardness, according to my own suggestion or my own idea. I think when we don't have stable power supply, it affects everything and have affected everything we are doing. So let them review that policy. Thank God that NLC have decided to wake up. Now, let me go straight to the issue of Rivers State and the problem they are having there. I think it is a very big slap on PDP stakeholders. Why must one person hold down a party and hold down a state? And people will come and paint the issue, paint it, you are here, you are there. Who does that? Where has it happened? And how do you think that such state can move forward? I think the people of Rivers State should open their eyes and begin to, in fact, it should be a lesson to the people. Godfatherism must end in Nigeria. That is my take this morning.
All right,
thank you very much.
Okafor, thank you so much. You mentioned Godfatherism. Could this be an instrument? Let's get to hear from you. You're welcome to Standpoint.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Super Ben. Good morning, 100% on that rotates.
Good morning.
Good morning, guest. Please, I would like to find out on one of the topics. Is the labor issue here, is it related to the current labor communique that came over the weekend with respect to these multiple verifications? Am I allowed to have a view on that?
All right, we'll address that particular issue definitely tomorrow, Tuesday. But that of the labor, as we brought it to your notice this morning, is about the reversal of the electricity tariff. Remember that we went all the way from over 60 naira to over 200 and something naira, talking about ban A electricity users. So they are protesting against that and calling for reversal of that policy.
Okay, let me allow you be, because my area of interest was on the topic I wanted to.
Definitely tomorrow. Tomorrow you have the platform to do that judiciously tomorrow. Thank you so much for calling in. Onyema, we appreciate your contribution. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining Standpoint.
Good morning, Moses Ben.
Good morning, sir. Hello, good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, onto Bishop Andes of Echelatan Bisukwata. Let me quickly say something. What is happening in Rivers State is very unfortunate. I don't see how one man can hold a whole state to ransom, and President Tinubu is there. Why can't he call Wike to order? Fubara has been elected. Let Tinubu align. After all, somebody made Wike as he's claiming that he made Fubara. Let me allow that young man to give Rivers people dividends of democracy. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much, Bishop. We appreciate, of course, the presidency through during Gelale, the spokesman of the president, has come up to say, look at the president is not interested in what is happening. What could that possibly mean? Is another angle I could have to give attention to, because last year he initiated the peace pact that both parties signed into implementation. The governor several times has come up to say, have been doing my own part. But whenever you engage in exercising the peace pact, at the end of the day, you are being bullied, you are being rebuffed.
They must have seen
somebody
the
would want to weigh you down and all of that. Well, we are still getting your thoughts on this issue before we run off the program. Let us come back to you, Barrister. You're making thoughts because the people here that expect governors to be in place is another side of concern in the whole of this drama in Rivers State. Are they not feeling bad? Would it affect governance in Rivers State?
Definitely, it must. It must affect governance because it's also part of distraction. There are some dividends the governor may want to embark on, but because of these distractions, he won't be able to have he's a human being. It's not a metaphysical entity just operating. A governor is a human being. So these issues will also affect his psyche. For him to have come up to say that, these things people have been doing before now is just because I allowed people to do it, shows that he's now feeling the heat. And having felt the heat in that way, definitely the Rivers people will also feel it as well, because he has been frustrated for him to have come up to make that pronouncement. It's actually part of frustration. And when a governor is frustrated, his output will drastically reduce. And I'm sure that is what Rivers people will be facing right now.
All right, of course, Onkwo Esquire, the chairman, Nigerian Bar Association Young Lawyers Forum, Umuahia branch. We want to say a very big thank you to you for your input on Standpoint this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Moses. It is my pleasure.
We truly appreciate it. We'll have to bring you back so that we do a revisit to this particular issue. Aiko Bonaya, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Incorruptible Sam, thank you for your time.
Thank you to Ben Moses.
The governor was at Lokpanta Market yesterday, where he restated his stand to ensure that that market remains a non-residential market, but a daily market as well. And remember that sometime last week also, he constituted the Security Advisory Council and also Security Trust Fund. These will form our discussion on the program. Security Talks this morning. We'll be having our guest join us to discuss the development with regard to security in Abia State. My name is Moses Ben. That will come up after the news light at 10 o'clock. Please stay